Well, we know this, don't we? The cost of living has been on the rise amid a number of factors, including fuel price increases. Now, our reporters are covering this story for us today. So let's begin in Durban with Karinda Jagmohan. Residents in suburbs that have been affected by the recent floods, Karinda, have been forking out more from their own pockets now to try and rebuild their lives. So this morning, what can you tell us about the community that you're in?
Indeed. Good morning, Michelle. I'm in the community of Seatyres. It's just near Tongaat, which you know has been affected by water interruptions. Now, as we speak about the cost of living, I just want to give you an example of what residents, specifically in KwaZulu-Natal and eThekwini, have been going through. My colleague Pilani Zuma will show you one incident here that happened during the recent floods in May, wherein this vehicle sinked into the ground. This car is now a write-off. Now, the owner could not speak to us, but from what we understand is that in such cases, many KwaZulu-Natal residents, eThekwini residents, are having to rebuild, take out more from their pocket to cover and recover from damages like this one, from infrastructure damages to their homes as well, and of course important assets being completely destroyed like this man's car. Over and above this, Michelle, water interruptions have been ongoing across parts of eThekwini. The community of Tongaat speaks about how they've had to fork out extra money from their own pocket to buy fresh drinking water because the water from water tanks or JoJo tanks needs to be boiled first before consuming, and so to safeguard and protect themselves, they're purchasing additional water. The price for this is also on the rise. We know the price of fuel is on the rise, and then also we know over the past few years there has been load shedding across the country, and so people are also forking out more for gas stoves. But earlier on I spoke to a resident from Tongaat who just shared her woes regarding the cost of water and just the situation she's living in now. Take a listen to what Gugu Ngube had to tell us.
Buying water. Meanwhile, I'm buying water. We are not working. So it's frustrating to us as a community. We've been complaining about this. Sometimes we will see the water tank passing by in our roads. If we stop them, they will tell us they are rushing to JoJo tanks. And then we ask them, okay, we don't have JoJo tanks, so where are we going to get water from? Water is life. And they know that it's from floods. How long the floods has been here, but still we are not getting help. It's frustrating for us as a community.
This focus on the cost of living, the rising cost of living in South Africa, is timely insofar as our focus is today on the channel and specifically this morning on the AM report because of the release of those GDP figures for the first quarter of 2022, Status A making that announcement at some point today. We know that the residents of Tongaat, they face a particular issue insofar as their own challenges are concerned, and some parts of the province as well insofar as their recovery from the floods are concerned. But of course that's all exacerbated when we think about, as you say, the other costs involved outside of flood relief and flood recovery. Food, fuel, as you say, gas as well. It's a massive pressure on already struggling communities.
That's correct, Michelle. A massive pressure, especially for the communities that are still trying to survive. Remember, there are thousands in eThekwini that remain homeless. They're living in community shelters. We'll take you there over the next few hours to speak to those residents about their personal cost of living, because at this point they're also without a job because they have to try and recover their homes, look for other means, look for other areas to live, to rebuild their houses. So many people at this point, especially because businesses have also faced major damages incurred not only by the floods but also last year's July unrest and the COVID-19 pandemic as a whole. We've seen businesses shut down, they've retrenched workers. We know tourism is also suffering because of these incidents, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So at this point as well, just having a steady job is difficult for residents who are already trying to survive amidst the high cost of living in this country.
Karinda Jagmohan painting a picture for us there. the high cost of living. Of course, we're building up to that in light of Stats SA announcement of first quarter GDP figures for 2022. Karinda, thanks very much indeed for that update.